Hi YouTube, it's Kendra. So I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna do tarot right now. I'm just gonna talk about my spiritual journey. Okay, so here we are. Oh, let's go. So let's talk about where I am right now. I started this recording, but y'all, my gallery. So I have an Android, and my gallery clearly likes to like have all this weird data on there, and I had to like go to the. Anyways, I had to like clear data, and it didn't actually clear any pictures, just cleared data. It was weird, whatever. But anyway, so now I can do my recordings and upload my tarot with no problem, without having to do like a 3 million parts to each reading because that's so annoying. But anyway, so where I am right now in my spiritual journey is this. I'm at a point to where I'm understanding um like I'm consciously aware of things that trigger me. I'm consciously aware of how impatient I can be when I'm manifesting, which then triggers me into believing that, well, insecurities, feeling like you're not good enough, all of those kind of things are what lowers your vibration, right? Like, when you're waiting on something or you're expecting something and then you don't get it exactly when you want it to come, then you automatically feel like, you know, kind of jaded, kind of sort of, especially like your hopes are really set on that particular thing, right? And so I don't know. That's just kind of like an overall how I feel. Um, what else was I gonna say? I wanted to say something else. Um, I'm also in a place of like acceptance. Does that make sense? Like, I understand that my thoughts, I'm understanding how to really manifest. And I'm seeing that my thoughts are manifesting quite quickly. So I do understand the vibration and the how powerful my thoughts really are. And um the universe is mirroring my energy right back to me. And I also understand that I'm finally understanding that, like, the divine that's within me. Like, I am the universe experiencing itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're there on your spiritual journey, then you totally get what I'm saying. If you're not there, let me tell you what that means is that you realize, like, love, like, the universe is you experiencing life at how you perceive it to be. Like, it's no better, no worse than your mind, literally. Like, if you see good, then it's good. But it's only good at a certain level of where you are. Now, when you start consciously doing better, say you're around a group of friends and all they do is like drink and smoke, right? And gossip. And you want to change where you know what I'm saying? You want to change that. You're like, no, that ain't really for me. You know what I'm saying? I really want to be around people who are, I don't, you know what I'm saying, into global warming. I don't know. I'm just throwing, you know what I'm saying, suggestions out there, whatever. Or maybe you have a certain hobby or something you're into, whether it be photography or culinary. And so you're like, I want to hang out with people who are purposely following their passions. You know what I mean? Like with intent and real pursuit. So when the thought the thought action, the intent, the thought, and the thought, wait, the intent needs to match the thought and the action. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Do you see what I'm trying to put together, anyways? Any child, I cannot talk. Do you see what I am trying to put together here? Okay, is that if you have the thought, then you need to. The intent is to action it. Is what I mean by that. Okay, let me slow myself down so that I can say what I'm trying to say without fumbling over my words. So when you actively and intentionally move on your thoughts, then the vibration changes. You then can align yourself with what you're wanting. See, now you're manifesting. You're you're leveling up because your intent is followed by the action. So you can have the thought, boop, I want to go do this. Okay, well, the intention is to action the thought. You know what I'm saying? So that is, I mean, granted, that is, I mean, so ABC, you would assume that everyone does that. However, you wouldn't believe how many blocks people have in pursuing the things that they really want to do or who they really truly want to be because of the programming that is placed upon us as children. That's why psychiatrists and psychologists, they emphasize so much on things when you were a child because that's when the programming begins. Because your parents, your programmers, your parents, based on how they were raised, you know, whomever you were raised by is the programmer. Okay, society as well, depending upon where you're raised, how you're raised, the conditions that you were raised in. That's for presenting you a product of your environment. Okay, so if your inner child issues are abandonment or feeling unworthy because as a child you were told, no, you can't do that. Oh no, you know what I'm saying? Or even if you weren't necessarily told that, but you had to grow up at an early age and you had to take care of your siblings. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have a chance to really tune into that childlike imaginative state and really be the person that you want to be because you know you had to help your mom or your mom wasn't there and you know what I'm saying, were filling in for her, helping grandma with, you know what I'm saying, you just weren't able to be a kid for whatever reason. And it could have been, I mean, for various different things. Maybe you didn't have siblings, but you know you had to take care of your mom, or so you were just hanging out with the wrong group of people. You was trying to grow up too fast to be in the streets. I mean, maybe you just were, you know, sexually objectified and, you know what I'm saying, you start selling your body early. Whatever it is, whatever happened to condition you that way to make you have these beliefs, little by little things get fed to you as you grow up from a kid to an adult. And especially just the having to work, have the need to provide for your family all the time, the needing to, you have to work, you can't, you know what I'm saying, you gotta pay bills, and you gotta go do this, you gotta do that, and there's all these projections of society saying, you know, you got rap music that's like, oh, you gotta drive a nice car, you gotta wear the chain, the watch, you know what I'm saying, whatever, the clothing that they're wearing, everybody in Louis, Chanel, blah, 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 blah. It's promoted to you constantly to be living up to a standard. You know what I'm saying? Like you're constantly being programmed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're a man, you ain't supposed to cry because, you know, they make you soft and you sensitive. And men ain't supposed to, well, say, bro, I got feelings too, my nigga, that hurt my feelings. You know what I'm talking about? You know, women having to be overly independent because that's a trauma response for feeling like She has to have herself. And for some people, I know for me, I don't know, I was raised like that though. My mom kind of raised me to be like super independent. You gotta do it by yourself. You gotta learn how to do it. I learned how to do it like that. You gotta learn how to, you know what I'm saying? And it's a trauma response to feeling like you can rely upon other people. That's what that boils down to. So we all have our triggers, right? We all have our quirks, if you will. But with spirituality just gives me a whole nother type of freedom to really understand. You got to understand the people that you come across. Like in tarot is all about energy. I just believe in energy wholeheartedly. And the way that I believe uh, in spirit and God and universe is just very different. It's very just a very one-on-one divine thing. Okay, and you live with yourself every day. You should at least know you. And I mean really know you. Because if you really knew you, there would be so many things that you wouldn't subject yourself to. We as a collective, because I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm traveling. I'm getting to understand Kendra. You know what I'm saying? So it is it's a journey. It's frustrating. I get frustrated with myself because I overthink things instead of just intuitively saying. And I told myself this a few hours ago. I said, you don't, I found myself projecting my feelings upon someone that I have great feelings for. And I had to tell myself, like, you don't know. You don't really know. So why would you uh, project negative feelings just to make yourself feel like less than, like, oh, well, like, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? And it's just crazy how certain things in life, things that we don't really know, we're not sure of, we automatically reject them and push them away because we don't know. We don't take the time to get to know or understand. And that's something that we learn as kids. Can you know that? Kids back in the day, when you were a kid growing up, some back in the day, because kids do this. Kids is just something that kids do. They don't understand. If you don't, when kids don't understand something, especially in elementary school, they make fun of it. You know what I'm saying? If anything is different about you as a kid from the other kids, they make fun of it. They do. It's fucked up. But it's true. I don't know why I'm laughing. That's so bad. Oh, man, I got made fun of. I did. I mean, kids is just so ugly. It's so ugly. It's really not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's late. I'm acting like a kid. You know how kids be sleepy. It's so weird. But yeah. Need to stop laughing. Okay, look. Let me cut it out. I'm tired though. But nah, in real life, in real life, um, yeah, I'm just learning to like accept and just kind of go with the flow of energy and like, what can you control, Kendra? What can your mind control? What can you control? How can you move through life and making sure that what you're positively thinking and manifesting is beelining to me, right? So I've been learning to say a lot of positive affirmations, a lot of I am, not I wills, like I am successful. And also stating that you're open and you're available so that the universe can bring that energy to you. Telling you it works. You gotta really, there's so many different stages of awakening. My stage of awakening was, and I recently started seeing this on TikTok, which only makes sense because I've been thinking about my stage of awakening. So naturally, what happens? I see it. Bloop. Duh. I mean, it just makes sense. Excuse me. I quit my job. I was like, I can't do these people are toxic. Okay? It was just this cycle of like wanting to get rid of dating. First of all, okay, look, I worked with like a lot of dudes, right? And I was like in this stage of my life where I wasn't really dating like seriously. So I felt like I was attracting because of where I was mentally. And I'm not, don't take this the wrong way because I don't want it to be perceived like that. But like when you're not, I just heard some video game say new life. Um, when you are in a state of not wanting a relationship, so you kind of like do the, like the little hookup, like you got your little friend, you know what I'm saying? Like your little friend that you kick it with, whatever. And so it's like when you're in that energy, like you attract that kind of, and it could be high vibrational, it could be low vibrational, right? But it just kept being like this cycle of like very low vibrational, like energy of men. And just then I was working at this job and it just was like, this is just, I need to do something that is more feminine. And I had already been doing lashes and stuff for a while. And it was just, I was tired of this toxicity, this toxic cycle of dealing with toxic men. Period. Let's just, there you go. Boom. Okay. I was trying to find the words to get there, baby. And so, yeah. Once I got, I just decided to quit. Like I was like, I can't do that anymore. I want to focus back on my business. It is hard being an entrepreneur and you are literally focused on your business alone. It is very difficult. Please understand that when I say that, it is difficult to any business owners out there. Baby, hug me through the camera. OMG. It's rewarding. But it's a rewarding thing that you have to just kind of sit in alone because nobody knows the late nights and the hours and the grind that I'm grinding right now. Good. Okay. Um but it's something that I believe in. You know what I mean? Just like spirituality, tarot, it's something I believe in. I wanted to my original first video was supposed to be this, but I went with something I was more comfortable with because this I didn't know. I just came on here. I was like, forget about it. Well, let's go. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it. So yeah, I do a lot of shadow work, but lately I felt like I did a lot. I felt like I did. I mean, I jumped into spirituality, shadow work off top, but I had already been kind of hip to spirituality, and I was still just kind of for like a couple years between like Christianity, spirituality, and then I was really into like Islam because I was like, I like the way they speak. I just like the way I like foreign languages. It's just I just do. I like native tongues. It's just very fascinating. I just seen the number 1919. I'm very into angel numbers, so if you see me call out numbers, I'm into them. I'll take all kind of signs from the universe, baby. And my angels speak to me. The universe speaks to me. I take it all. Ain't nothing a coincidence. I guarantee anything that I say right now, I'm gonna hear it on TV, in a song, anything, because that's how in tune I'm in. Like I'm tapped in, I'm aligned. So I trust and I go with it. Anything that I see repetitively, I just go with it. Um plus anything that you want to see in regards to religion, anything is right in front of your face. Everything is in front of your face. It's not hard to see at all. If you know, you know. Um, what else was I gonna say about mine? I was gonna say something. I don't know what it was. Um. Oh yeah, about mine. Oh yes, shadow work. Shadow work is figuring out the things that trigger you, why you feel so upset. You will be like literally having, oh my god, you'll have so many spiritual symptoms. I've had headaches. I'm gonna talk about shadow work, but headaches, nausea, feeling like your throat is blocked, or just really bad headaches, the sun being super bright. You'll feel like when you get like downloads, it feel like your freaking third eye feels all illuminated, like your forehead feel all tingly and weird. And it's like, you know, when like you're accepting more information about yourself. It's like your brain waves receiving information, like your brain waves are unlocking data. That's exactly what this shit feel like. It's like you start to understand people and adults. Like you get, the more you start under becoming conscious of yourself and how you deal with people, you start seeing, like, you look at the both sides of the situation. You look at how people are raised and the things that they tell you and how they communicate with you, and then you'll look at yourself and how y'all communicate with each other, and you'll be like analyzing both parts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how a very high vibing conscious person is, when you can really analyze yourself and the other person from a high conscious level of just knowing how each person is. Like, that's the basis of spirituality, is consciousness. How consciously aware are you of that? When you're in an argument with somebody and you know how they communicate and you know they little slugs and the things that they're saying, and then you know how you are, it's like, you don't, do you go, if this person is barking at you and you can peep it for what it is, do you engage, or do you analyze the situation for what it is, take it for what it is, and just be like, you know, I'm not gonna go there with you. You know what I'm saying? That's like, that's what spirituality, that's the essence of spirituality right there. That's the essence of high, a high conscious level. Is like, this don't even, bruh, you ain't hearing me, I ain't hearing you, I ain't even trying to hear what you're saying, because first of all, you're yelling. You know what I'm saying? All of that. So it's just it's level, it's certain levels to it, because you really, I mean, you're gonna feel angry, you're gonna feel mad, you're gonna be like, why did I let that happen, why did that happen to me? You're gonna think about a lot of trauma, a lot of things that happen, different situations with different family members, different relationships, all these people. You're gonna think about all of that stuff while you go on this journey, and you can fight it as much as you want to, but once you open up that yourself to being fully aware and being conscious, baby, you can't go back. You're just gonna make your shadow work process even longer, and shadow work sucks, but it is so necessary. It's necessary. You'll be like in the bed, like, oh my god, what am I doing? What is wrong? I don't understand. Like, and you're not supposed to understand. And then like 2 days later, you'll be like, oh my god, I understand why I did that, because I had that thought about this, and this is what that, and that's what triggered me, and it all makes sense. But you just gotta trust the journey, baby. Trust the journey. You hear me? Trust the journey. It is crazy. It's emotional roller coaster for sure. But the positive being, you have to find positive things. You really do. You have to feed yourself positive things. And you won't always feel positive. But the more that you give yourself, like good music, go outside, feel the sun, be in nature, ground yourself, take off your shoes and feel the earth with your feet. I mean, it's really, listen, it's very neutralizing. It's good. It really truly is. It's spirituality just hit different, baby. It just hit different. You understand that you are connected to the most high source. You you and the most high source, you and your higher self. Your higher self is like the God of you. And then there's like a source above that source. But you're like the God of yourself. And you really have to trust yourself to navigate through the pain, through the journey. Like you got this. If you have awakened, trust me, you are gonna make it through this journey. No cap. Okay? I think that's all that I have. I'm gonna um pull some cards here in a minute and just do a general reading, maybe a love reading. I don't know, but that's it. That's all. Thank you, YouTube, for checking me out. Thank you for I think I have 15 subscribers. That's cool. I appreciate that. I'm like, okay, I think one of my Leo readings had like 50 something odd views. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, here's to more. Where'd my water go? Here's to more views. Okay. All right. Y'all be easy. Hit this like button, subscribe, share with a friend. And namaste on your spiritual journey. Okay? All right. Peace.